Right, here we are again. Good afternoon. It's afternoon here in the Netherlands, and it's the same time here in the afternoon in, well, what we could call jungle. As you can hear by the sounds, I so love this in the new sim, new sim, MSFS 2024. The whole ambience of sounds. This is where we are at the moment. We are in where we landed yesterday at Kaesah airstrip in the southeastern part of West Papua. You see the border here. This is the border to from West Papua to Papua New Guinea. And we'll be crossing into Australia, finally. And we'll do so by, well, basically tracing along jungle to find 115.8 Meruk, or Mopah. Merauke is the, if you are station Merauke. And from there we will trace down in 135 magnetic towards an NDB station located at this little spot here, or an island. This is our destination for today, and we will fuel here because on this place there is, realistically speaking, no fuel. We do have enough, so we will make this, but just so we know. Should we not make it, then we can still land at Mopah and make another landing for fuel, but I'm sure we'll be fine. This flight itself will be roughly 1 hour 14 minutes. So let's get cracking, and remember these ones, 1158 and 356. So here we go in our little jungle. First, let's close up. Oh, the noises. Right, battery and fuels, and we'll start immediately. I did the outside check already and the inside check via the EFB, the tablet. For now, let's see. We're gonna start up. So, gonna start a pump. Cracking our throttle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Close the throttle. Hit the starter. And done. Bring her back to 1000 RPM. Bring in an alternator. And you see the pressure already, because the vacuum pumps and hydraulic pumps are coming from the right engine. Now we will shut down this pump, shut down another pump, shut on another pump, sorry. Crack the throttle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Close it. Hit the starter. As she catches, yeah, we raise it. And here we are. 2 running engines. Bring them back to 1000 RPM and let them come off. Although the oil is warmer off already because it's hot in here. Yeah, it's 33 degrees in this lovely neck of the woods. Now it's electronics. Gonna turn on the cabin fan. Not bothering with pitot heat and stuff. This is fully open. I'm gonna turn this fan full on in the hope that we'll get some cooling going. Alright, what we say, 115.8 and 365, or was it 385? Already, man, 356. 356. 356. Our first heading should be 165 and our second heading is 135. So I'm gonna, this is already coming up. We are 331. This is not coming up. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah. So 165. And I'm also pointing this one at 165 because somewhere in that vicinity it should pop up. Right. only have a little fuel left on the wing tanks, most in the fuselage. It will be good. Right. Taxi light, strobe light, because we're basically already here. And uh-oh, can I turn out of this? This is a fun thing. I don't think I have a pushback tool installed. Do I need a pushback tool? Let me check first now, because if I turn into the trees then we're stuck. Controls. Push. Toggle pushback. Alt P. Okay. I've never done this. I have no clue. So, if I take the parking brake off and I press Alt P, I got myself more in a jam now, because that didn't work. Okay. I didn't start my P-Rep flight yet, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna slew myself out. I can't. Oh fuck. Trying this tool again. Nothing's happening. Ghoul is my friend. This doesn't sound great. Well, apparently this pushback tool and the A2A Aerostar aren't best friends. So let's see if I can taxi myself out of this. If not, then we're stuck. It's not going right, it's not going left, it's going right. Moron. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna try to figure this out. This is not an interesting video. I will be right back. Right, I got myself out via my flow wheel with the portal tool, teleporting myself outside of this tree stuff. Okay, now that we've done that, already set it up for takeoff, 10 degrees. I'm not going to take off that way because of the trees. I want to go that a bit further. It is grass, so it will have some more resistance than tarmac. And I've never taken off this bird from the grass, or not from tarmac. So I want to make sure that I, of course, make it to the end. It should be fine. But you know, that way has no obstacles and this way has, so let's backtrack it. gallons per hour, used. Remaining in time. That's what I want to see. Remaining gallons and remaining time of endurance. Welcome to the jungle. Now, of course, why I'm here is because the valiant fact. Oh, here is what. Oh, here it stops already. I'm not gonna ram through that. This is the start of the runway. Is because I'm a bit disappointed by the lack of dirt accumulating on the aircraft. The bugs seem to be, well, about the same. They even start to diminish a bit, it seems. But what I'm truly missing is dirt on the bottom of the aircraft, especially when being here. But like I said, this is not resetting correctly. Do you see that? It should be recentering itself. I'm using my thumb knob now and it's steering, but it's not resetting when I release it. Thought I'd configured it like that. Anyway, that's for another. This is basically my thing. I would like to see more dirt accumulating. For now, that's all for later, and that's why I landed here, and maybe do another airstrip somewhere. We'll see. For now, we're gonna test the engines. So 1500 RPM. Cycle the props. Three times should be sufficient. Yes, that's all good. Cycle the magnetos. Left, both, right, both, all good. Turning down. Nothing shuts off. Landing lights on. Everything is clear. Flaps are 10. Pumps are on. Let's go flying. Making sure that my... No. There you go. I almost forgot my VA storing tool. Now we go flying. Bumpy, bumpy. Oh, I'm glad I didn't take the other side towards the trees. Bye now. Gear up. Flaps up. Climb power. 24 mil pressure. 2400 RPM. Meanwhile, I'm turning out. What's happening with my HSI? It's flapped up to north. Are we having a failure? Looks like. 165 is our first heading. Oh, there it is again. Let's climb on out, let's say 5,000 feet. With a nice altitude to start our timer. got this one as well. Transponder. Okay, pressures, hydraulic vacuum is good. Course 165. See that the whiskey compass is constantly whinging about. This is so much more stable. Oh, it's getting a VOR or something. In, out, yeah. There it is. It's already getting a signal. Okay, getting a bit more climb. A bit more power. Stay around that blue needle. Blue mark on the speedo. And I'm indeed already on the right marker. Yeah. That's easy for autopilot stuff. Or an evil. Or keeping it on manual but on the correct course. Clouds are a bit higher, so I'll stay below. 5,000 seems to be good. So 5,000 feet it is. Autopilot on navigation and altitude. Throttle back. Let's say to 21 RPM to 2200. Linear out. For now to 12 gallons an hour. It's only just. One hour 36 minutes. Our flight time is 1 hour 12. So I'm gonna do some economy flying. Let's bring this down to 20 manifold pressure. That helps. Now let's try to find our lean point. Engine starts to bobble a bit. Let's find it again. There we are. .3. It's already a bit wobbly. Bring it to 11. And let it smooth out. So I thought the fuel would be enough, but time to station is 22 minutes. We're doing a 190 on ground speed. compared to a 170 indicated, so that's good. 137 hours and minutes. That gives us on paper 23 minutes more than we have on flight time. Unless we refuel at the Merauke at Mopah. So that's what we're gonna do. Now in our VA stuff I have to do something for that. I have to say divert. To WAKK. Damn, was so sure we would make it. Well, we will make it to Horn Island, but with very little fuel to spare. And that's a risk. There, I saw it again. This was a hiccup. I saw this needle going up and down. That's hydraulic pressure. Pumps can go off, we're still on. Hydraulic stop-off valve, I can close that. It should be open at all times. That's even an arm or disarm. I thought it was. Okay, I'll have to read up on that. I'll keep it off and I'll keep this in mind. You have to check this. It's now 194.914.913. Maybe I saw something that's no issue at all because it just builds up the pressure when it falls off and nothing more. Okay, we're gonna divert into Mopah to refuel. So I'll set that up in my VA tool. Divert. WAKK. Confirm. As we cross the jungles of West Papua for the last time. Mopah is at the coast. It is falling. It's like it's intermittent. Is there something on the EFB around that? Airframe, inspect, nothing there. Engines, hydraulic pump. No, that's green. Engine 1 doesn't have that because hydraulics come from the right engine. So you don't see hydraulic pump stuff here. And I'm not blind. It is falling. And I saw it spike. Maybe that's behavior that's to be expected. I just never noticed it. Now I'm on it like a hawk. We got hydraulics, we could have issues with gear and or flaps. Now I know they are all electrically driven. Well, anyway, we'll be down in 15 minutes for our fuel top up before we go into Horn Island. Make the crossing into Australia. Definitely dropping, but maybe maybe it becomes until it becomes under a certain level that it jumps up again because the pump then activates. I don't know. Maybe it's not a continuously driven pump. Onboard temperature is quite nice, 23. Outside temperature is slightly below 20. Better than down there. There it went. Yeah, so there's nothing to worry about. And now it starts dropping again. So basically that pump just starts when it gets below a certain level. And I've we're in this thing like what, 40 hours now, and I've never noticed it. Yeah, and this is then the backup auxiliary, and we can arm that. It says arm or disarm, but I'm not sure if I'm turning on some kind of an electrical pump just to, because yeah, it's still dropping, so it is a disarm. It's not some, otherwise it would be keeping steady if this is an on-off pump. So this should basically always be on then, which I've never done. And this is the main valve, so if I close this one, then the whole hydraulic shut-off will go down. The whole hydraulic system will go down. Let's keep this on. Good show. We learned something that I didn't get out of the manual. Maybe I didn't read it correctly. coast? It looks like the coast. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not sure. 1 hour 25. It's doable. You know, we are now 17 minutes underway. So our flight time to block should be roughly 55 to an hour. It's awfully close. No, not gonna do that. We already made the decision. Get some fuel and then continue on to Horn Island. Morocco is right next to a river, Mopah. Morocco is the VOR, but the airfield is Mopah. WAKK. Marginal VFR 10 knots from 320. So runway 34 recommended. Okay. I see the river over there, the mouth of the river. Goes to a certain, now it's quite low, 807, 806. I'm like a hawk on this gauge now. Because it did something that I never noticed until now. Well, it seems to be working as designed. $770. Watching it, but I have to descend. And there it goes. Yeah. Funny. Never noticed that. But I saw it in the corner of my eye and I thought, whoa, that's not good. But it is good. It is how it's designed. Apparently. Something I didn't pick up from the manual, that's for sure. Okay, so we're all good. We're not gonna die today. There's the river with that distinctive bend in it, and there's the town, and I'm guessing also the airport. I think it's, or maybe this is even the runway that's over here. 340, yeah, could well be. So we're flying straight into the other side of the runway. Autopilot off. Set marginal VFR, but this is fine. Visibility 5 miles? No. More. Way more. So, let's interrupt for fuel. That's not the runway by themselves, now that I see it. Upon closer inspection, it's just a weird road. So then the runway seems to be here. No matter. We will find it, but I'll take a up station. No, that's not it either. Where's my airport? We should see it if I fly along the coast. Mixture's full. In preparation. External lights on. Pumps on. Normally that's a downwind check, but I'll take it now. And we know that the runway is heading 3-4, so we should be looking down at, but nothing to be seen here. Let's take up 1,000 feet. Keeping our throttles low so we slow down a bit. The station is 3 miles away. The station is at the airport. I don't see it. There it is. Right. Let's set up straight away. Left hand downwind, runway 34. Gear down. Flaps 10. There we are. Now in the old days, in the old flight sim and D3D, you had a big block of otherwise colored green on which the airport was sited. It got it better in 2020 and now it's completely better in 2024. Yeah, you can actually miss a runway. Landing point behind us, 45 degrees. Flaps 20. Oh, keep it under control. No need to be harsh. We did overshoot a bit. 30 degrees. I don't need full flaps on this. 30 degrees is fine. Speed profile all over the place. Sloppy approach. Flaps up, transponder off, pumps off. Right, parking was over there. Is my wheel now returning to center? Yeah, but I'll have to check the signing of it. If I release, you can see the button here. This is left, this is right, but it is releasing back to the center. So, in my opinion, it's correctly done, but I didn't see it moving on the outside just now at Kaesah. Why is there a lamp post in the middle? This is not convenient for us pilots. We have refueling situations here. We actually do. Show this spot and activate. God damn it. Me and my big mouth. Okay. Over the grass. Thought for sure the terminal stuff was here. Nothing on the runway. Landing lights and strobes off. GSX, let's see if GSX can refuel me. If not, I do it by hand. Don't often use GSX for GA aircraft. Kinda like it, but it does have its limitations in the new sim. Compared to the older ones, P3D it worked fine with me. So I have somewhat of a love-hate relationship with it. Well, with this length of runway, I'm not gonna bother backtracking. The wind isn't fierce, so need to go here. Apparently, yeah. Here we are. There's the marshaller. You can wave all you want. As I'm not the best taxier in this aircraft, I'm gonna take my time. And direction. Parking brake set. Cutting engines. Very good parking. Thank you very much, ma'am. Right, electronics off. Alternator off. Take some load off. And take the battery off. Now, my dear lady or sir, I want refueling.
Refueling truck is on its way.
And while I do that, I go to my VA stuff to reschedule my flight.
Fuel truck is in position.
I would say 70%. Yeah, why not? Well, nothing happened. Refueling complete my arse. Ah, god damn it. Okay, I'll do it myself. You see, this is probably because the A2A is a complex aircraft. But I don't care, man. Okay, filter medium. Central gravity, everything's good. Right, closing up. And here we go. Engines are warm, so let's see if they both start. Yeah, they do. Quick and dirty, but it'll work. Okay, this one goes to 135. And this one also to 135. We are basically ready to go. Of course, do this thing again. I never understood. Now there's a plus, and now it should be doable in manual, but I don't know how. It was like like pressing this button really long or something, but it doesn't do anything. And this also add. Oh, here we go. So we're at 30, 30, 40, so that's 100 gallons. No, silly. Yeah, let's say 100. That's it. That's the trick. Now it says 165 remaining, which is not correct. How can I reset this? If I press this one long enough. No, screw it. Use this one. Update. There we go. Now it's okay. This is finicky. I like this button because it resets anything, but I want to reset it here. That's basically I want this instrument to work correctly, and at this moment I find that difficult. Altitude, cabin fan on, cabin fan on. It's already 30 degrees again in here. Okay, we're good to go. Doing my lights here, we'll do a straight out, take off, heading for 135. And at horn I will check my front gear working, because now it keeps turning. No, it goes great. It goes centered. Yeah. No, it's then it's done correct. Then it's set correct. Why am I pausing? What the fuck is this? Ah, I think I know. Yeah, my VA tool wasn't set correct, and then it pauses the sim to warn me, hey, I'm not set correctly. Turning on the runway, flaps are 10, all lights are on. I'm not gonna do a pre-flight again. We just refueled, so it's good enough for me. Here we go. Tailwind. Gear up. So a longer takeoff run. But like I said, the runway is long enough. Flaps up. Landing and taxi gear. Lights out. Pulling back on the throttles. 24 manifold pressure. Climb power 24 RPM. Heading 135. Let's climb around nice and gently towards roughly 5,000 feet. Now the first bit will be flying along the coast, and then the coast will fall away to the left and we head out to Horn Island, which will be our first Australian field, and also kind of signaling the end part of this trip. And then we'll have flown this aircraft all the way from Whitehorse, Canada, to Alaska, to Anchorage, King Salmon, Unalaska, then along the Bering Strait into Kamchatka, from Kamchatka down to Japan, several Japanese islands, fields and islands, Taiwan, several Filipino fields, Indonesian fields, and now Australia. And this is a fun aircraft to do this with. Sure, you can use a tube liner, be there in 10 hours. We're in our 40th hour in this aircraft. But it feels not even half like it. It's fast, it's stable, it handles well. And it's a hoot to fly. Both by hand or otherwise. Anyway, I'm gonna start my timer again. Because in 45 minutes roughly we should be in Australia. Leveling off. Setting altitude and heading. Throttles to 21. RPM 2200. And bringing the mixtures back. Let's say 11 to 12 gallons an hour. There There we are. Let's see if we can auto lean them. Starting to sputter a bit already. There we are. No, not yet. This thing is a bit finicky. No matter. Right, we've set up on our 356. Let's pull this one, because now we know that we have to pull this one. Set it ADF. When we hear beeping and we see this thing moving, then we are in range of the Horn Island NDV. In the meantime, we are moving out on a heading of 135, slightly to the left of our desired course. But I'm not really bothered about that. Ground speed of 200, so we have indeed some wind on the back. As our indicator is 170 at the moment. Let's keep the clock running. Right. Sometimes someone comes in. What a stretch, this jungle. All the way, you can't see it now, there's an enormous mountain range, the Owen Stanley range. But here it's just jungle. Jungle, 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 jungle. Excellent. All is well, all is in the green, all is nice, all is firm. Let's try this again. Engine's beginning to stutter. There we are. Or so it seems. I don't see the blinking cylinder that measured its peak. Weird. I know my fuel use is okay, and of course I can cheat a bit by clicking this thing. And then, yeah, you know, it's almost green. $11.5. Perfectly fine. The green manifold intakes indicate a leaned out mixture. And there's both the case. Yeah. Right, 35 minutes. We should be there. Our ground speed is 207, so that's nice and fast. There's a rainbow outside my window. Also nice. That's thunder. I saw lightning over the seas. Oh boy. We're not catching a break, are we? Yeah. It's off to our right. With a little luck, we'll be circumventing it, but yeah, there's definitely weather there. Fun. And still you can't really, you know, it's a bit vague, a bit grey. It's like we had a flight earlier flying into Kaesah airstrip, where all of a sudden clouds are there and then they're gone. Speaking of which, our airstrip, did we get any dirtier on the other side? No. We have some this stuff. The leaking of water with fluids, and then the fluids dissolve or evaporate, and the dirt remains. That's what can be seen. But that's not on top though. Only a little here at the oil caps. Even on this little knob here. Not on this oil cap, but then again on this little outlet. Yeah, I don't know. I really thought it would be more intense. Fun. Yeah, it was also fun. NDB stations are very much hindered by electrical static from thunderclouds. No idea if it is modeled in the sim, but worst case scenario is that our directional finder does not work or points towards the thunderstorms instead of the station. Ain't that cute? Bit off course now. Expecting this to be the radial, and we're going to the left. So then we're quicker on ground speed, meaning that the wind is from the behind and from the right hand side. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna point this 5 degrees to the right to compensate. The coast is now falling away, so this is the point where we leave West Papua and also just across the border, I think, of Papua New Guinea. Don't mind for those thunderstorms though. Don't mind this in front at all. It keeps coming here. Maybe it's in front as well. It's already here. And I can't bloody well go over it because I'm not pressurized. Usually thunderstorms go high, say above 15,000, 20,000 feet. You see a lot of flashing activity over there, a lot of lightnings. And we have range. Good trick of pulling the knob and then setting it. One is speaker and the other one is phone. There's not really a difference. I want it on my phone though, but we have it. We have it, and that means that we can shift our heading again. -4, so we were on the correct bearing. So back to 135 then. Now it's a question of following the needle, but as I said, NDVs are very prone to be interfered by electrical interference, for instance from thunderstorms, so they can either shut down or point towards the thunderstorms instead of the station. It's clear on that side. The weather is nasty on that side. Maybe in front of us, so fingers crossed. This is turning about to be an eventful flight. Now imagine if we had gone through with our flight. You know, we've got 20 minutes more fuel than we need. So you have a 20-minute margin of crashing. Then you come into weather, and that weather gives us a 30 knot headwind, something like that. Then those 20 minutes become 4 minutes, 5 minutes. Nasty. Nasty numbers. Our timer is 20 minutes. We should be down at Horn at 45 minutes, 46. Seems to be drifting from left to right. I'm not sure. It's a very active thunder cell though. Little luck, we're going around. There's a cell and there's a cell. See it on that dark bluish, dark grayish, and there. With a little luck, they're drifting from left to right. we won't have issues. But not counting on luck at looking at Horn Island. Marginal VFR, here we go. Wind is 9 knots from 310. Minor showers of rain. Few clouds at 1300 feet, scattered clouds at 1900 feet, broken clouds at 5400, QNH 1005, temperatures 27 with a dew point of 25. Okay, so there's rain and it's warm. Recommended runway is 32. Good to know. Minor showers of rain. Beginning to pass some small atolls. +2. I'm gonna steer 140 because that wind is still pushing us a bit to the left, I'm guessing, as we are still left of our radial of 135. Nice. It's nothing more than a sandbank and a sand reef, but nice. Meantime, everything's running smooth, no worries there. Yeah, this is why I like needles. In one go I see if everything is good and in the green. Not much for glass cockpits. This translates to me so much faster. Now I see lightning in front. This is unfortunate. Over there as well. There's multiple islands here on the north, but Horn Island is the one I want to go for. if only if it because it has a radio beacon. Finding an island between several islands in an ocean of blue water is difficult. Unless you have a string of islands, you know you're coming from the north, from the south, and there's a string, and on the third island is an airfield on the left side, then of course you know something, but that's not the case here. Lots of activity in these showers. The air is quite calm here though, so doesn't seem to be some kind of a frontal system. Though it could be, because that whole wall over there, if you look at the horizon, that's clear. If you look over there, it's one big wall of grey. Now this aircraft is fast and it is IFR equipped, so it can fly in zero visibility. It can fly in rain and other types of weather, except when it's freezing weather. But it's not specifically pleasant to fly in wind and thunderstorms and rain. We won gold again. That's why got an app on the Olympics. And the Netherlands has won gold again on the short track. Sandra Velzeboer. Good. Yeah, we're going into that weather. If only just. Those are the first Australian islands, I think. Life's gonna suck soon. Okay, we should be 10 minutes out. And I'm gonna hit those clouds. Those are low already. So I could go down already. I think on one of those islands is also an airfield. But here's land already, and maybe that's even our island. And if not, it can't be far off. I could descend now, or I can stay here a bit. Yeah, we're definitely flying into something. See it from here, all the way now across, well, basically here. So it's like a crescent-shaped frontal area. Right, pucker up. Maybe the rain will wash the dirt off and the dogs off. Still lots of lightning. It's all a bit to the right of me, but it's not ideal. I'm out of the range of Merauke. Timer is still running, of course, 37 minutes and a bit. This is Horn Island here, this one, not this one. It's a thin veil of rain, by the looks of it. gonna suck. Pull the pilot off. And we're starting to descend. I know my correct heading and I know that the arrow is pointing towards the enemy station. So follow the arrow, find the airport. That's basically it. The enemy station is right next to the field. Mixture's full rich. Gloomy. Part of the reef, Great Barrier Reef, I don't know. There's definitely something here. So far we're out of the shit. Runway 32 is basically dead on. The other way around. Ah, this is better. So we're below the main cloud layers now. There's nasty stuff over there. "45 minutes on the clock totally, so this might be Horn Island. And if that's an airfield, then I'm correct. I'm keeping it at 1500 feet. So we can fly over the field. Yes, that's runway 32 over here. Left. Okay, then we're gonna approach it from the left, from the right and left hand side. And this weather here, nope, not continuing. So pumps on. If it starts to rain, I'll do my pitot heaters on as well. gear down and flaps 10. Mixtures are full. In the extension of our downwind we have this kind of lake thing, so that's our aiming point, and then we have to taxi back for the parking area. Copy that. Now Toby, you know better to do than to. Here we go. This is so annoying. Then there's weather, then there's nothing. I really don't like this behavior. We have it now on several flights that, you know, it's still bad, but it was very bad, and now that whole thing is gone. That whole complex to the ground is gone. Okay, we'll take the edge of the island. Start our descent further. Flaps 20. External lights. Flaps full. It's not the very long runway, so let's take a full flap landing. More. Clear the trees safely. Here we are. That's it. Very nice. Okay, let's head back. Obviously I have to backtrack. See, the speed of the nose wheel is just so laggy. It does center. I thought it didn't center correctly, but it did. Unless maybe that was when I was standing still, so maybe it only centered correctly when I'm actually taxiing. I don't know. Anyway, 49 minutes. Stop the timer. Reset the timer. Done. Landing lights off. Strobes off. Transponder off and flaps up. Can see some dirt in the seams of the flaps though. Nice, some traffic here. We'll park it over here. brake set, throttles idle. Right, now we shut everything down. Taxi lights off. Cabin fan off. This fan off. Auxiliary system off. Pumps off. Electrics off. Kill number 1 on mixture. Kill number 2 on mixture. Ignition's off. Fuel taps off. Other lights off. Pitot heat off. Alternators off. Battery off. We are in Australia. Very cool. And there's the thunder. Oh, I love this ambient sound stuff. Right, let me first close my P-Rep stuff. Now, let's see. This is what we did. Short recap of what we did. We came from here, we flew, we thought, well, fuel, maybe not. So made a landing here, then went out via the same runway, the other way around. And we basically flew a correct course. Nothing major. And we are at Horn Island. Now, how will we continue? Because if I clear this one, if I say, let's say Horn is a departure, and our final destination, that's still a bit away, it's over here, Gold Coast, then that's 6 hour flying. 6 hours of flying, that's a bit much in one go. What if I go to Cairns? That's a 2 hour flight. I could do a 2 hour flight, or we can have some fun. Heavy peak. Now I'm not doing islands anymore. Cape Flattery. Hard runway, but very recognizable, just following the coast. Oh, listen to that. What's this? Hicks Island. Soft runway. Ooh, that's short. 2000 feet. No, not going to do that. Don't have a death wish. What's this? Wattle Hills or Lockhart River? That sounds quaint. Lockhart River sounds quaint. Does it NDP? Now I'm looking for basically 43 minutes. That's nice. Lockhart River is 43 minutes. Across the coast. Could follow the coast actually until I get the NDP. Should just fly here to Ingenue. Just cross it on a heading. We'll see. I'm thinking Lockhart River is a nice one, that's 43 minutes. And after that we can still go on to Cairns, which is then 1 hour 15 minutes. Closing in. We are not putting in Cairns yet. Yeah, this is it. And I'm gonna add this one. Of course this one has to go to the bottom. 392 and a 43 minutes flight. This will be our next flight on our way to Gold Coast. So thank you all for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day. See you soon.